Okay, so today we are going to be doing a Module 3 little yoga practice. And today, since Module 3 is all about mindfulness and awareness, we are going to start with a little grounding practice. So we're going to come back to that 3-part breath that we talked about in Module 1. So if you have not watched that, you can go back and watch that if you need a little refresher, or I'm going to go through it right now. So go ahead and come to a comfortable position. You can be seated cross-legged like me, or you can extend your legs if that feels better for you. Palms are down for grounding. Palms lifted up for energy. And go ahead and close your eyes. And just notice your breath. Don't judge it, just notice. Notice if you're breathing deep into the belly, if you're breathing into the chest, the low back. Now I want you to bring your awareness to your belly. Try to fill up the belly like it's a balloon, filling it up with air. And then exhale, release. Next, we're going to those ribs, filling those ribs up like an accordion, breathing out. And exhale, release that. Next, moving up to the chest, filling it up with air. And releasing out. And if it does help you, you can go ahead and place your hands on your belly, ribs, and chest, or you can still keep your hands on your knees. We're going to start with that 3-part breath now. So we're going to breathe in through that belly, ribs, chest, exhale, chest, ribs, belly. Again, inhale, belly, ribs, chest, exhale, chest, ribs, belly. I want you to do that a couple more times on your own. Good. And now just coming back to a regular breath, releasing that, letting it go. And then you can go ahead and bow your chin to your chest. Flutter those eyes open. And we're going to start with a little side bend. So go ahead and take that left arm out to the side mat. Lift that right arm up overhead. Relaxing that left shoulder. Just waking up the body. Exhale, release it. Taking that right arm down, taking the left up to the sky. Feeling that side body stretch. Try to keep both sit bones grounded down. And exhale, release. Bringing it now to center, bringing those arms forwards, opening up that back. And then exhale, release, and then coming back, placing those hands behind, opening that chest up, relaxing those shoulders. And exhale, release back to center. We're gonna do a little spinal twist now. Go ahead and take that left palm down, right twist to that knee. Gentle twist. We have not warmed up, so we're just going nice and easy right now. Exhale, release. Go ahead and take the other side. Right hand down, left palm to that knee. Nice and gentle. Again, we're twisting from the torso. We're not cranking down. That's not bees, is it?
Your own.
I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be attacked by bees on camera. Jeez, okay. Whew, we can edit that one out, but I was like, where is it?
It's like, just beyond the tree.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny. And exhale, release back down. And then coming to center here, we're going to go ahead and push it back to tabletop. I'm going to switch so I'm on the right way of my mat. All right, so coming here, shoulders and wrists underneath, we're going to take a few cat-cows, letting that back sink down as you gaze up. Exhale, gazing between those knees. Inhale here, exhale, back down. Warming up that spine, and if you hear what sounds to be bees, I was informed that is a drone, so I will not be attacked on camera. But it is a drone flying above us. It is not a drone that either of us own. And then finding center here. We're going to take a few bird dog pulses this time. So go ahead and place your right thumb up, left foot behind, and we're going to pulse up to the sky. Little pulses, pulses, pulses. And release. We'll go ahead and switch sides, taking that left thumb up, right heel back, pulsing to the sky. Keeping that core engaged, nice and tight. And release. And then go ahead and push it back, down dog. Our first down dog of the day. Pedal out those heels, wiggle those hips side to side, pushing back those shoulders, waking up the body. And then finding stillness. Have those have those fingers open up like stars. Go ahead and take a gaze between your hands. Walk or jump those feet behind the hands. Forward fold. Slight knee bend, especially as it's our first of the day. Halfway lift. Forward fold. And rising all the way up. And releasing down. And we're going to go through a sun salutation. So back up, forward fold down, halfway lift, forward fold, step it back, high plank. Drop to your knees if you need to. Chaturanga down. Toes uncurl, cobra. And then you're gonna release it back, down dog. Take that right leg to the sky. Place that right foot between the hands. Keep that left foot facing forwards. Drop to the left knee. Coming up, low lunge. Go ahead and square those hips off, so keeping them even, keeping that back foot engaged. You can get a little stretch in that left hip area and that hip flexor. And really work that right glute to keep yourself pulled back. Inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna do an open twist. So you're gonna keep the arms as I tip over. Balance and open twist to the sides. So again, you have to work your core pretty hard to make sure you're stabilized. And it is work. One more breath here. And then rising back up. Place both hands on each side of the foot, step it back, down dog. We're gonna do the same thing, other side. Take that left foot to the sky. Place that left foot between the hands. Drop that back knee down. Rising up, low lunge, left side. Again, let's get those hips squared off. Left glute engaged, a little stretch to that hip flexor. Nice tall spine. Relax the shoulders down, not gripping in the toes. Inhale here, exhale. Open to that open twist. Relax those shoulders. And rising back to center, placing those hands on each side of the foot. Step it back, down dog. Now we're going back to the right side. Take that right foot up, place it between the hands. Keep the back knee up if you can, otherwise go ahead and drop down. And we're gonna rise up, high lunge this time. Both toes are facing forwards. Again, let's square those hips off. Pulling back with that right hip. Pulling that left hip forwards, arms rised up. Lift those toes up in the air. Relax the shoulders. Breathing here. Place those palms together. We're gonna do a twist this time, but we're gonna twist, placing the palms at prayer. Take that left elbow to the outside of the right knee and open up to the sky. If you want, you can open those arms up, or you can stay here, so you can open, or keep it here. Again, we're trying to twist from the torso and not just cranking into our hands. You can do this from the knee as well. Rise back up. And then placing those hands down, stepping it back, down dog. Good, take that left leg up high to the sky. Place that left foot between the hands. Rise up, high lunge. You can be on the knee if you need. Go ahead and take those hips forwards again, stretching through that right hip flexor, left glutes engaged, arms rised up. Shoulders are relaxed, falling into your breath. Deeper bend in that front knee. Keeping those core engaged, ribs are tucked in. Palms together, twisting over that left knee. One more breath here. Rising back up. Placing those hands on each side of the foot, stepping it back, down dog. And from here, looking between the hands, stepping or jumping those feet to the hands. Forward fold, knees can be bent, halfway lift. Forward fold, and rising all the way up. We're gonna flow through a sun salutation, coming right back down. Halfway lift, placing those hands down, stepping or jumping those feet back, high plank, chaturanga, cobra or up dog, and pushing it back down dog. Good, taking that right leg up to the sky, place that right foot between the hands, turn that back heel down, rising up, warrior one. You can take your feet if you need to a little bit wider than normal. So heel to heel is one of the alignments that is taught, or you can take it wider. Yoga was actually created for 12-year-old boys so they could sit still during school. And so obviously we are not 12-year-old boys, so our hips are a little wider. So taking your feet a little wider apart actually usually feels better for females. So coming out of this one, go ahead and straighten that front leg. We're coming into pyramid or knee to nose. Go ahead and bow down over that front leg. Nice long spine, keeping those hips level. That's one of my challenges. Keeping that spine long, breathing in, exhale, releasing deeper. Inhale, think length. You should feel it on that back side of the leg. And the breath always gets you deeper into every pose if you need. And then go ahead and exhale, release, placing both hands down, stepping it back, down dog. Go ahead and take that left leg high to the sky. Place that left foot between the hands. Take that back heel down, keeping those toes slightly facing forwards, coming up, warrior one. And you should be focusing on pushing down through that back blade edge of the foot, or that back side of the foot that tends to come up in warrior one. So we want to push evenly through that foot, just like we did in the alignment ladder. Hips are trying to go forwards. If they don't, that's totally fine. Breathing here. Releasing the shoulders down. And go ahead and straighten that front leg out. Exhale, folding it down. Trying to keep those hips level. Long spine, inhale, lengthen, exhale, think going deeper. And then go ahead and place those hands actually to the ground, but we're not going to step back to a down dog. So we're going to actually walk those hands forwards. And so we're into a wide leg straddle pose. And we're just hanging out here, forward fold. We're going to have our toes turned in, heels turned out. So you might feel it more in the calves right now. So this gets a little bit deeper into that outside part of the leg. So breathing into that, again, holding the breath, keeps things stuck in the body. So that exhale releases that tension and tightness. Then go ahead and turn those toes forwards. Walk those hands out. We're going to be in a wide-legged down dog. So toes are facing forwards and we're in a down dog position here. So again, we're getting a little deeper into the calves in this position. Breathing here. And then go ahead and walk those hands back into that forward fold straddle pose. And then from here, you're gonna go ahead and take those fingers, interlace them behind the back. We're gonna do a little chest opener, opening up that chest. This feels wonderful for anyone who has a tight chest like myself. Letting those arms open. If it's a tough time reaching those hands, you can use a towel or a strap, or just reaching those hands back above your body, opening that chest up. And then releasing those hands back down to the earth. Placing your hands on your hips, or if you want more of that core workout, arms are gonna be straight out, slowly rising up using that core. And then stepping to the top of the mat, mountain pose. So while we're in mountain right now, I just want you to focus on that alignment ladder, picking those toes up, bending those knees, inner thighs are engaged, pelvis is in neutral, chest is lifted, shoulders are back, and smiles on your face. Nice deep breath in, and then exhale, sigh it out. Another one of those, nice deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. So now that we're in mountain, we're gonna come down to our yin practice. So I want you to arms rise up overhead, forward fold it down, halfway lift, forward fold, step it back, down dog. Good, we're gonna go into that pigeon to start it off. So raise that right leg high to the sky. Bring that right knee to behind the right wrist. Bring that left leg up. And we're holding here 90 seconds. Uncurl that back toe, keeping those hips nice and tall. And we're gonna go ahead and fold down. Sleeping pigeon if you want, staying wherever find comfortable. You can take it to a seat as well if that's more comfortable for you. And we're gonna get into the juiciness of the practice and into your own head, trying to be mindful. And then go ahead and, if you're in the sleeping pigeon, push back up and step it back, down dog. Pedal those feet out, wiggle the hips side to side. And let's take that left leg high to the sky, bring that left knee behind the left wrist, and take that foot back. Even out the hips, take it down, sleeping pigeon. And then slowly start to make your way back up to your hands. Curl those back toes under. Step it back, down dog. Pedal out those feet, wiggle the hips. And then you can release down. All right, so our next one that we're gonna do is it can be called toe crunches or hero's pose. Now this one can be a more challenging one. We're actually only gonna hold this one for 45 seconds. So what you're gonna do, you can either stay here. So if this is hard on the knees, then you might wanna just stay like so and focus on your hip flexor. So I'm pushing my glutes forward. So this can be an option for you. Or you can sit down in hero's pose. Or if you wanna take it to those toe crunches, you're gonna curl your toes under and we're gonna sit back like so, 45 seconds. And this helps release that arch. And if you're like, I can only stand this for so long, then you can pop down to the hero's pose, because this one's intense. Focusing on the breath. And then go ahead and release that out. Tap those feet, tap, 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 the top of the mat. Good. And then we're gonna go ahead and come to a seat. Place one leg straight out. And then take that foot onto the inner thigh. And we're gonna take it to Janu Shirshasana, one leg. So you're gonna take your left leg out long, engage that foot, place that the right foot on the inside of the inner thigh of the left, sitting up nice and tall. Turn your spine so it's facing your left foot, arms overhead. If you have a strap, you can always place a strap and hold down there. I do not have mine today, so I'm just gonna go here and I'm gonna bow forwards. And now my hamstrings are engaged. I can feel that stretch. So we're sitting here 90 seconds. And then walking those hands up. And then go ahead and place that foot. We're gonna do a quick cobbler's pose, even it out. Feet are together, just pressing into the inner thighs. Go ahead and take that right leg out long. Left foot is gonna go to the inner thigh of the right. Right foot's engaged. Spine is turned towards that foot. Arms overhead, reaching it out and folding down, keeping that spine nice and tall. And then rising back up, walking those hands back up the leg, coming back to that cobbler pose, evening it out. Good. And we got one more pose left before we go into our final Shavasana. So this one is called a yogi squat. It's one of my favorites. It is also a more challenging pose. So then I'm going to show you a couple options. The full expression of the pose, your heels are down, your palms are to the heart center, and you're sitting like so. Chest is lifted. If that's too hard, you can always go up onto those toes and rest like so. Or you can roll up your mat and you can sit on the edge of your mat or a block or a pillow or a blanket, anything like that to put underneath your heels. All right, so we're just gonna hold this one for 1 minute, as this can be an intense pose as well. And these yins, the longer you hold them, they are supposed to get more intense. So if you're like, wow, they just keep hurting more, that is usually what happens with the yin poses. All right, so come and find your comfortable yogi squat, and we're gonna hang out here for 1 minute. Then you're going to slowly bring those hands down, bending those knees. And again, I'm going to tap out those feet. Tap, 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 tap. And if you felt it in the front part of your shin, that's totally normal. I mean, it's normal wherever you felt it. It just means that area might be a little tighter. All right, so we're going to come down to our backs. We're going to come to our final Shavasana. And again, I'm going to ring a bell when it's time to come out, but we're going to try to stay here for about 2 minutes. So go ahead and lie down. Palms lifted to the sky, feet out, relaxing into the breath and into the body, being mindful of anything that you feel. If you feel any tension, breathe into it, exhale, focus on releasing. That sound means it's time to start bringing awareness back to your body by wiggling the fingers and toes, rolling the wrists and ankles around. Then go ahead and reach your right arm up and then bring your knees in and roll to that right side using your arm as a pillow. And the right side is said to be more energizing, the left more calming. And go ahead and place your weight into your left hand as you come up to a comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes closed, bring your legs to a cross-legged position. Bring your arms up overhead, palms to touch the center. Stopping down through the third eye. Trusting your intuition. Coming to your lips. Listening more than you speak. And stopping at heart center. Trusting your heart. Namaste. And that was today's practice, all about mindfulness and getting into your body.